baby. I'm thinking of kissing and licking and rubbing and touching. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Gwendolyn back with another video. So right now I'm about to get into, is Chrisean okay? The people are worried, child. So let's get right into it.
Sean had took some issues with you giving her some advice on parenting.
Oh, you gonna respect me? I ain't Carlissa, bitch.
Oh,
Now call my motherfucking phone again and wake me up, ho. I fly where the fuck you at, puss ass young ho. Musty bitch. Go take care of your motherfucking baby, ho.
And I've noticed that with Chrisean, she'll have these moments where, they call it a coming to Jesus.
Damn. Ooh, I would hate to get into it with Tia. I wouldn't even tell Tia her shoes untied. I ain't lying. I ain't trying to get
moment where we'll see her break down and it's like, I want to change. I'm going to get my tattoos removed. And then Blueface get out and, now we licking on his tattoos. Now we on, stream. And I feel as though there may be some regret, the older that she gets, and just looking back, and not even just from her, but
it's definitely a lot of regret. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm positive that it is. You know what I mean? But like I said, she's gonna have to want to change. And I can't see nobody trying to force her to make her change until she really wants to. And it may not come out as, from the right messenger or the right tone, but we all had to get cussed down and sometimes beat down to understand.
I've been cussed out plenty of times by my aunties, mamas, and it makes you better at the end of the day. And I will say too, because I know, you and Carlissa are friends, but for me, I think she could.
That's what I was saying before. Like, a lot of us are looking at Chrisean like the big sister, big auntie type of thing, trying to pass off advice in a tough love kind of way, because she needs somebody to, like, obviously she don't know to do it on her own. Even Blueface was her handler. You could see that without him, she just be flailing. She don't know to go left or right. It's just, she's just riding away day to day. She really don't know, like, what the next move is, it seems. And so she needs somebody to help get her in line. And sometimes that's okay. That's okay. But like Tia said too, like I said also, she gotta be ready and willing to accept the help. Because every time somebody trying to help her, she go off on them, she cuss them out, call herself trying to expose them. Like, damn, can't nobody say nothing to you. Even Carlissa tried to get her a car seat, and she tried to get Blueface to get her someplace to live. And Blueface even said, well, she don't want that. Damn, somebody got to force you to give you a place to live?
Do a better job at being an adult.
And just kind of not. She's still in denial and in a mental psychosis state of mind, because how do you turn that down? Especially when you have a disabled child. How do you turn that down? How do you turn anything down?
Boundaries. That's
not egging it on.
Stepping back and just, not crossing those boundaries and showing a different way of your concern. I got so many messages about the story of the children at the middle school kids that jumped
in Chicago.
The lady. So people are trying to get me to find out who these kids' parents are. And that's where we go back to these children. They need real aunties and uncles. These parents nowadays, they're not.
I've been saying this for a long time too. I feel like the people who looked after our generation, the millennials, they're older now, and then the ones who should have been taking their place didn't fill their shoes. So a lot of the kids now are disrespectful, wild, ungrateful, like just running amok out here. And you can't tell them nothing. Prime example. My mama be telling me that all the time when she try to give, some kids advice. You get cussed out. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody ask you nothing. And what the older person supposed to be like? Like, if they cussing your ass out, what can you say? Chrisean cusses you out when you try to help her, so what can you say?
Setting boundaries and, giving these children, setting standards and letting these kids know that, I'm the adult, you the child, you don't run my house, I take care of you. Money don't grow on trees. You gotta work for this. Yeah, you gotta do chores. You gotta crawl before you walk. You can't take the elevator to success. These kids nowadays, everything come out of their mouth. You don't hear them talking about want to be a plumber, want to be a doctor, a nurse, a dentist, not even a police officer, anything. They don't want any kind of corporate America job. First thing they say, I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, how are you going to be a millionaire?
They get on
Or
TikTok
they want to do music.
to figure out how can I discipline my child. Let me try gentle parenting. I've never experienced gentle parenting growing up.
Yeah, me neither.
I had a grandma that would go grab a switch, a shoe.
That's the new shit. That's that new shit. We did not grow up with that at all. Gentle parenting. You better gentle parent your ass in that kitchen and wash some dishes.
Hey, broomstick.
Baby, please.
He was trolling me. He kept making it seem like that's his baby when we wasn't even sexually active. So you're weird. I didn't give a fuck about the nigga that much. You know why? Because at the time I was fucking with my ex. So the one that just died. And then it's crazy because this man, I've been with him for like 5 years, like in high school and a little bit of my college years. And ties with his family, like loved him down. Like that's why I never spoke on his death till just now. Like, because I feel like it's appropriate now.
Yeah.
But
it was appropriate when you found out what happened. Or at least if you already knew about it, at least fake it for the public and say some like R.I.P. Maybe go to the funeral, because you didn't even do that. How was you with this man for so long and you didn't go to his funeral? But you want us to believe you so caring and so compassionate. Even if he was coming at you sideways about the baby, you still should have celebrated his life and went to his funeral. Because that's not enough to not want to go and celebrate his life. Because you say he was trolling you. If anything, he was trying to be there for you. He was trying to be what you wanted Blueface to be. But you were so busy looking past him. Now he haunting your ass.
yeah, I lost somebody that I grew up with.
He was born. He was born in Baltimore. I was with Chrisean when her water broke. You get what I'm saying? So I seen him. Yeah. I seen. I'm telling you too much.
No, say what you said.
Long story short, I seen baby boy when he came out the hospital.
So we're at the hospital when she had the baby?
Next question.
No, I need to know that.
Next question.
I want to know. Please.
Next question.
Clearly, Chrisean always had somebody trying to protect her. Not trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Do too much. So why she always say she alone? She don't got nobody. It's just her and her baby. You always have people in your corner. You have done things to push them away and destruct your relationships. At this point, you've burnt all your bridges. Anybody see a pattern here? Chrisean fans, y'all got an answer for that? Because if every time you have a relationship or a friendship with someone and it ends in chaos, that pattern is following you, baby, I think you might be the problem. And at some point, you gotta really think, like, maybe it's me. With my family members, we fell out. I done fell out with my friends. My relationships ain't working out. Is it me? You have to have this type of thought process. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I need to switch it up. It's something I'm doing wrong. Or maybe I just need to just take some time to myself and just really just have tunnel vision. Me and my baby are the only things that I'm really focused on right now. And I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? You would shoot. You would skyrocket to the highest level if you just focus on you and your child. I promise. You would have a much bigger applause behind you.
So
I'ma just say, I know who cut the umbilical cord.
You feel like in your heart that he's your son?
Hey, I ain't gonna get ahead of myself because if he's not, y'all gonna have a field day with me. I already know y'all is. But I ain't gonna lie.
He's saying too much that Chrisean don't want to be known. It's too much being told. Can't nobody tell the business but her. Because every time somebody else try to speak up, you know how she act. We've seen it. But this right here says she don't got no limit. And you know what I mean.
It's a chance.
Wash him up. When's first bed? Tomorrow? He's dirty though. He's so cute, y'all.
I don't know, that sounded like him a little bit. I wish I could have seen his face. But...
Let's go.
Yeah, my best friend in the movie. Everybody trying to get the we got the hey, we made it up. Hey, that's good. Right here. Come on, I need one.
I mean, I understand the excitement, but damn, there's a time and a place. Y'all was finna take a picture, and all of a sudden you acting a fool. We made it out there, my best friend. Can we take the picture first, bitch? Damn.
All right, everybody in the picture now?
And you blocking the star.
No. We got our own separate lives.
You heard it from her. You heard it from her. What you talking about? That's all that matters. Damn, bitch.
Alright, I love you. You're crazy. Alright, my bad. I'm about to pull it up now. Nigga.
What happened?
I said I love you, nigga.
I love you too.
Boy, see, look, that's why I be tripping, nigga.
How romantic. Chrisean. Bookie Bud. He ain't the one, boo. I know you want to be loved on so bad. You got to reel it in with the dating. You know what I realized? Every woman, has their ups and downs with relationships. Chrisean's is just on display. Here's the thing. Chrisean is not mentally well, so the way she's maneuvering through these relationships makes her look 10 times worse than the average woman. Because we be dealing with our bullshit with relationships, like every woman does, but it's the way she handles them, the way she maneuvers. Like, you can't lie. She moves on quick. I don't know if she's being intimate with them, but she's being reckless with handing over her money. You giving away jewelry. Y'all staying in and out of hotels. You telling him you love him, and he feel like he gotta force himself to say it back. And you said y'all was engaged. Like, this is your fiance. It just clicked to you right then too. Like, oh, this ain't it. This the type of shit they be talking about. You don't love me. You're not here for me. It might have just clicked to her right then. Because, it takes some time for Chrisean to realize what most people would realize in an instant. Their child is delayed. Like, let's not even try to be funny. But let's just see how she handles it. How she handles her relationship from here. Because you already know every time she break up with somebody, it goes to cussing them out, exposing them, and some more shit. So let's just see. Let's see if she's actually changed. If they gonna work out, and if not, how you gonna go about it. Let me see. Look at little June. Son. So he's able to move a little bit. Like I said before, she might actually be working with him, in her free time when she makes time. And that's great fantastic. If that's true. However, it's not enough. It's not enough. He needs therapists from his head to his toe, up the yin yang. And she might think she's doing something by moving his legs around, moving his arms around, letting him stand up in the crib by himself and stuff like that. He could progress and do exceedingly and abundantly above. Okay? She called herself a Christian. That's what we say. You have to give your 50 for God to give his 50. What you gonna do, love? Because this is cool and all. This is great. I'm glad he's moving. He needs extensive care, though. She needs all the good influence that could rub off on 100 people. Just on her. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times your mentality comes from your environment. And she keeps, involving herself with people who live rough lifestyles. If she was around more positive people, more positive thinking people, more forward moving people, she probably could, turn her life around instead of, allowing herself to spiral out of control like she's doing. I'm trying my best to just reach her through tough love. Because if she's watching these videos, anybody, they don't got to be mine. She need to know, not everybody hates her. But I'm going to give you some tough love. I am.
The thing with Chrisean is that, it seems like life is catching up to her. When I saw her at the Hollywood Unlocked Awards, she looked a little rougher than I'd seen her.
A little bigger,
a little heavier.
Yeah,
skin looks a little,
yeah.
A lot of makeup.
She's still a beautiful girl. I feel like she gotta know that self-care is important. But because she's not in the mental state of caring about herself, that kind of just goes out the window. Prime example, how she hasn't changed her hair in months. That should be a sign to a lot of people that she's not mentally well. Because no woman is going to be walking around with that same hairstyle for as long as she has had it. Months on months on months. A girl loves to go get her hair done, her nails done, and go get, what I'm saying? I'm finna go have a girl's day. You feel me? You get excited. And when you stop doing that, you slow down on that, that's when you start to realize, oh, I might be a little bit depressed. And then when you go get your hair done, your nails done, that's like a pick-me-up. You know what I mean? She's in a state where she's not caring about herself. So no way she can care about the baby. Her mind not there. You know what I'm saying? I want to say a lot of us have people we can rely on, but a lot of people don't. Here's the thing, that's not Chrisean's situation. She doesn't have to do it by herself. She got to stop pushing people away. She's just too busy thinking everybody is against her. Everybody's a demon. Everybody's demonic. Everybody, hates me. I don't know. I think that comes from guilt. I really do. She feels so guilty because she sees what we see when we look at him. She sees it, and she knows that we see it too. And so automatically she thinks that everybody hates her. And she gets a lot of backlash too. So I'm pretty sure that has all played a major part on her mental health. And that's another reason why she needs to reach out to somebody. Because if you're not there mentally, you can't take care of yourself or a baby. It's kind of impossible. But like everybody has been saying, she gotta want it. You can't force nobody to want better for themselves. They gotta want it.
You know, because you look at her in like high school, you know, like because people like to show like the high school pictures before, you know,
or even the 2020 pictures.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, like it's like she's like really like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and it was like, yo, like this is like a pretty young lady, and you know, with looks like a lot of potential, and she was running track, and she was in good shape, and now you look at 2025, Chrisean, it's like that's a very different looking person. And it's not just because of the baby, because people have baby weight, they you know, they work it off, whatever else. She never fixed her tooth.
It's not cute anymore. It's not funny anymore.
She never fixed her tooth.
You're too grown. That tooth being gone is...
Yeah, it's gone. And here's the thing, right? Because I remember I had a conversation with the dentist about this. Those teeth are getting closer and closer together. In order to even fix that now, because it's been so long, she's going to have braces that pulls the teeth apart for, let's say, a year or so, and then they're going to have to do an implant. So this is like a 2-year process now to fix this. So she pops a little tooth in every so often. Her teeth are still getting closer and closer together every day. So that gap is probably going to be permanent. Right? And look, remember, I tried to book her for an interview, and she just wouldn't work with me.
Yeah, I know.
You said, tell her that WAC guarantees the money. And she still said, no, I want to get all my money up front and blah, 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 blah. I said, I don't.
She was going to spin on you.
I don't trust you. Like, I've seen you wild out in interviews. I saw you at No Jumper kicking the TV and you know, and so forth. Like, I don't want to pay you and then have that happen. This is not a Vlad TV thing. We're not.
Yeah. She'll be able to walk off whenever she feel like it because now you done got all the money. No, ma'am, no girl. That's not how that works. And also, if you know you hurting for money, and y'all can't say she can't, it's already been proven that, you know, she low on funds, which, you know, ain't nobody making fun of that. We all, you know, fall on hard times. Whatever. Why not just be like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and do it. See what it's hitting for. At least you'll get half if you don't like where the interview goes. You got half the money. And you can still dip. You just turn down the whole thing when you don't have it like that and you're not stable. Chrisean fans say, well, how y'all know she don't got her own house or her own car? Let's think about it. If she's turning down interviews, because this is how she makes her money. She said that she makes her money from streams and interviews. Or when people ask her to pull up. I'm going to see if I can find that clip to put it in. That's how she makes her money.
And source of income now, like how are you making money?
I make money off my music. I make money off my bookings.
Okay.
Like,
what about
doing a sit down like this? You make some money.
Yeah.
Streaming. People pay me to come stream.
Would you ever stream on your own?
I got hella bread. Yeah, I do, but
you should do streaming.
I would,
you would go
but
crazy.
I'm going through a lot of like.
Yeah, you want your privacy
shit.
too.
I want privacy right now.
Yeah.
If she's turning down interviews, she hasn't been on anyone's stream lately. How is she getting money to pay her bills if she has a house and a car? Anybody ever stop to think about that? Where's the money coming from? Because if she got her own stuff, you got bills to pay. How are you paying it? If you're turning down work. If you're turning down ways to make money. That says to me, wherever life takes me, it takes me, and we're going to be all right. And that doesn't scream stability to me at all.
We don't bring people in for them to wild out on camera. This is not what we do. So it never happened. So she never got a check.
And then you were really trying to pay her.
I really was. Because we ran into each other and we talked in person. We exchanged numbers. I got you involved when it wasn't working, but ultimately it never worked. So, listen, man, I feel bad. Honestly, from my point of view.
She must know he going to ask specific questions that she don't want to answer. But even still, if that's the case, like I said, well, let's say that would be like his second or third question. He'd probably be like, well, you got to stay at least 15 minutes to get half the money. And she know damn well within 15 minutes she going to be asked the question she don't want to answer. So altogether, she just said no. That's what it's given.
The way I see Chrisean right now is this. She knew while she was pregnant that she was drinking, smoking, and doing whatever else.
Mm-hmm. People kept recording her.
There's videos of this. There's videos of
Turning
this.
up big Henny bottles.
Right.
They all like that. You know you can smoke and drink while you're pregnant. I know that. You know you can smoke and drink while you're pregnant. I know that people don't do it. They do it and they don't know that. I'm sorry, I keep saying them comments, like, and get that pregnancy shit out my shit. Just stop calming it. Just stop calming it. Just stop calming it.
They were here last time, him and Chrisean. Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the... But you drinking right now.
Because I'm celebrating.
So this is a different Chrisean than last time. Because last time you were here, oh my God, did you not watch the episode?
No.
Okay, first of all, you were...
I couldn't.
Why?
Trauma.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was drinking. I was doing it on purpose, like, to just deal with it.
It's looking.
Get your phone up. Get your phone up. You been okay? You feeling pregnant now? But okay.
And because of that, the baby has come out disabled. And I think that every day it just hurts her to realize that she's the reason this happened. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Her actions. She could not abstain. You know, like I've gone through pregnancies with women. You know, I remember, this one woman I went through a pregnancy with, like, she's like, I remember we met with a doctor and she's like, oh, I heard you could drink one glass of wine a day. That's okay. The doctor was like, why take the risk? Why?
Yeah.
There's things we can't control in a pregnancy. You drinking, we can't control. So why take the risk of drinking at all? And she's like, okay, cool. Stop drinking. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things.
I've already spoke on that. Red wine every now and then is okay. That's actually somewhat healthy. But not drinking Hennessy and damn sure not smoking weed, especially when you smoke backwoods. If I have to explain why, we don't even need to have the conversation.
Where if you are drinking, smoking, doing drugs, man, you got to look at that baby every day.
We watched her drinking, smoking, drugs, fighting.
Yeah.
Not sleeping.
Yeah.
Not taking your
prenatals or postnatals. Yeah.
Not going to your checkups.
All that.
Damn.
All that, man. It's sad. It's sad. I know. I think personally what we're seeing right now is someone who's dealing with the trauma of their own actions. Because remember, she was like, yeah, look, everyone that talked about my baby, they're dead or in jail. They're dead or in jail. Everyone talks about my baby. But that takes away your role in what happened to your baby. You want to blame everyone else.
I would like to see the baby get some treatment, some therapy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That way you're giving the baby a shot.
Yeah.
At, you know what I'm saying? Bouncing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The baby's a little over 2 years old now. You know what I mean? Certain things should be happening.
The baby should be walking, talking a little bit. Responding,
Talking a little bit. Terrible Twos has a name for a reason. He's 2 and he should be terrible. Now, like I said, we may not know what the specific condition is, but there's something wrong. That's obvious. You cannot deny that. Especially denied it to the point where not getting him any type of therapy at all. How can you explain that? How can you condone it?
I don't know, man. I feel bad. I have kids, so I hate to see it. I just hate to see it, and it hurts me. Because it's hard enough to have a child, but to have a special needs child. I have friends in these situations, and they just go through it.
I'm telling you.
Like, it hurts everybody. It hurts the mother, the father, you know, like.
It's a rough life. I'm going to bring my brother on an episode one day and introduce him. And y'all will see, like, what it's like to live that life and how it can alter that person's life and everybody around them. And maybe y'all can kind of see, like, an example. My brother is grown now. He had asthma real bad. I'm going to make it quick. He had asthma real bad to the point where he ended up having to get a trach, you know, the tube in the throat and the screw-on cap. So when he talks, it sounds a little robotic. And he's been that way ever since he was 13. They told my mom he wasn't going to make it for the next 10 years. My brother is now 36. So, yeah. God is great. And that's not to say that, you know, Junior can't have a great life. He probably can, but not without, you know what I'm saying, outside help. At least if she don't get him some help, he's going to struggle. He might not even make it to 30. And let's not even talk about how she think people on the internet is mean. You think people wouldn't be like that? In person, face to face? People are nasty out here. You're supposed to do it all you can as his mom to prevent any type of bullshit happening during pregnancy and after your baby is born. You're supposed to be their hero damn near. And you failing them. You're failing him. Ultimately. You might be trying, like I said, moving his arms and legs, but ultimately, you're failing him.
Listen, I have a friend who has a special needs child who has never not slept with her mom. And she's like 12.
Yeah, so
she's never slept outside of her mom's bed in life.
It's different.
He can't keep her on the weekends because she'll freak out because she's not in bed with her mom.
Damn.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he doesn't have any real custody because of that. And
so they're separated.
Yeah.
So now she can't really have a relationship because of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this isn't going to stop when the child turns 18.
Who knows? Might not stop when the child turns 40. Like, who knows? We don't know. I mean, special needs is hard, man. You see a lot of parents, they break up over that. Over trying to raise a special needs child.
Hard.
Usually the mom stays and the dad sometimes leaves because he can't deal with it. I mean, the whole thing is sad, man. And special needs happens, autistic children just happen naturally sometimes and no one knows why. But if you actually cause that, that must really hurt. If you're the reason why the child has special needs,
she carrying that weight too.
That guilt must really eat you up.
We'll keep the baby in our prayers. And, you know, hopefully things work out. But first things first, therapy for the child.
Yeah.
DNA for the child. At least allow the family members to know who.
For sure.
What's what.
I agree with that. Yeah, Wack always kind of like seem to come across as the smart one when it comes to Chrisean. Like everybody else just be like somewhat babying her, and that's part of the problem. She got to grow up. Babying her has got her where she at. But hopefully somebody step up and do what they need to do for him. It's just a sad ass situation. Once again, I'm just the big auntie offering my opinion. I don't know Chrisean from a can of paint, but I don't hate the girl. I want her to get her shit together. Because I'm looking at her like she my little cousin, my little niece, my little sis. Like, girl, like, if we was face to face, I have to tell you. She probably would fall out with me too, because I'm going to tell you about yourself. What the fuck are you doing? Shit. And the ones who be enabling, you ain't doing nothing but hindering his health. That's all you're doing. Oh, Chrisean, it's okay. You got it, girl. Keep going. Keep pushing. and not offering no advice, you ain't no better than Chrisean or Blueface. And that's all I got to say about that. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Why don't you come home? Fulfill this fantasy, baby. Craving some you. Waiting on you.